Okay. Here we should be. I'm sorry for the issues. I think everything is back to normal. You might hear a little bit of if I put my microphone forward a bit, my voice should be a little bit less loud, but I've put on a heater, so now it should be better. I hope it's still the same link. I hope everything is still like working. Like, it's a bit annoying because can I see? Wait, where's my phone? I can check. I'm sorry if you're already here and it's annoying you a bit. It's oh. It should be up. Yeah. So I should be. Is it still in the same URL? Yeah. Right? No. No, it's making a new URL out of it. Okay. Yeah. That's annoying. That's the one thing I like about Twitch is when you stream, it's your stream. And if something happens to your stream and you come back, it's still going to be under the same like link and everything. So that's annoying about YouTube streaming. I think I do want to continue streaming on YouTube because there I just have a lot bigger audience. So that would be like better to do. Wait, edit key. Which key can we use here? This and this. And now we can instantly switch between baselines. That second one is definitely better. So the lower one is definitely the one we're going for. Just a lot cleaner, a lot pluckier. Feels transient-isher. Edit key map, we can delete mappings from there. And then we should be good. Okay, so now we have to, just like our kick, put our bass all over this project here. Put your bass all over the place. This is not audio, this is all audio. So if we want to, I'm torn. I think I don't really know what to do here. So we have this cool-ish baseline, but I think I did modifications to, yeah. So we have modifications to like the melody. And that means that we either need to unfreeze all of the work that we've done or come up with a different solution, both there as well as here, where we have like changes in the pitch. So I think what we'll do is we'll keep everything the same pitch throughout the whole thing. And then what's going on here? Okay, so there's no kick there. Oh, okay, so you can see here from the waveform that I have left like an emulation of the kick. That's a cool idea. I think I want to do that again. So we would do like this and then remove this and can go -10 maybe, and then -4. Same for this then, obviously -10 and this -4. I'm just kind of guessing these values right now. We'll probably have to redo those values at some point. Is it still? yeah, I can see there's a lot fewer viewers as well. So that's annoying. Here, I don't know, I might do something with this. The like change the baseline. The idea of the baseline. But I don't know what. I might have something, but I'm not quite sure if that's going to sound good. I know I'm like being a little bit mysterious, but I might use that for different projects, so I don't think I'll put it in here now. How long have I been online today? Well, I was online for about an hour. And then my stream crashed, so now we're streaming again to a different URL. So now it just says like 6 minutes, but you can add like an hour to that. And then you have like an accurate estimate of how long I've been live. Okay, so now we need to delete. I'm just, for now, doing the same pattern. Okay, wait, I'll turn off my phone because that's annoying. And to go down here, delete this. Okay, it does sound cool with the new baseline. I think we have an issue here with this thing. Oh. So I'm going to maybe as well with like this. Here I'm going to reconsolidate this all to audio, and then we'll have to redo this. But that's okay. I should be able to just be able to like take that over. Yeah. Okay, so now I can do this, and then now we should not have any click. Yeah, because I only got one notification. Okay, that's strange. Yeah, that should not happen. You should have gotten the other notification. Maybe what I did, now that I think about it, is that I went live unlisted and then put it to public. And now because we crashed and I went live again, it's now actually like going fully live. If that makes sense. It's maybe a bit hard to explain. But I went live, I tested it, see if everything worked, and then I set it to public. The like settings for the live stream so you could watch it. And now I crashed, and now I just went like directly public because I know it would work. So maybe that's why the first time you didn't get the notification. I don't know if I want to keep this. If you're keen to train. What does that mean? Please give us some info if you're keen to train. Okay, I'm just trying to understand this patch here so I can maybe integrate it a bit better with the song. Okay, now it's probably the moment, now that we have the kick and bass ready, to turn everything else on and see what we actually have. We have to put the kick and bass in here in the intro, which is something I'll have to do. We'll have to put this group at least on our new bass. I don't think we have to do any more. Oh, everybody's back. It's 9 viewers now. That's nice. You take training sessions where you teach students. Yeah. Right now, in terms of training, what I'm doing is because I'm going to start studying soon, I'm not really accepting anyone. Keep in talks with me, because after February, after I start studying, I do want to get back into like accepting more students. But for now, I'm sticking to the students that I have. So yeah, I would definitely teach you, just not right now. Give me like 2 months, and then I should be able to give you a little bit more of a precise estimate on when I can do like lessons and stuff. Yes, I indeed went bold. Yeah, nothing much to say. I took a bet for getting accepted to the university of choice, and for that I got accepted, and so I stuck to my word and decided to cut my hair off. Okay, I want a bit more volume on my... I like this effect.
Lost in thought. That's the human condition.
Okay, we definitely need to do some stuff here. Obviously add more here. This effect, I don't know if I like this. Just let us know when where to reach you. Can you send me a DM on Discord? My Discord link should be in the description of this live stream. If you just send me a DM, you click the link, you enter in my server if you're not already there, and from there you can look at one of my posts, right click on my name and DM me. If you don't know how Discord works, that is. Yeah, just send me a DM, and then I'll try to remember for whenever I have time. Once I'm like settled in with my studies, then I'll send you a message, and we'll get some things started up and organize something, okay? Considering I had long hair. Yeah, well, I was like, if I'm going to do it, right, I was already going bald, so it's just me accelerating the natural process of what was already going to happen, was kind of the idea. But secondly, if I'm going to go bald, I might as well do it when I'm moving to a new like town, right, for my studies. So like to a new city. So from that perspective, it was like I should have just should have just done it at that point. So within a month, I'm moving to a different city, so that's why I'm like, let's just do it. Okay, wait. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to copy this over here. So we keep all of the effects. We don't do this. And we do still have an intro kick. Because this had some cool... It does have some cool vibe to it, the reverb. It's a bit too loud, maybe on this. Well, within the mix it works. You just finished the 4th track. Nice. Post it in Discord. I will listen to it later. This is without mastering. Now let's just try throwing the old master chain on this new kick and bass, see what that does. Now it's really loud, sorry. I'm probably just going to redo the mastering, obviously, because this mastering is already temporary. But like, what I have is, I have one production master thing. Once the idea starts to take off, I'll master whatever I have. And nowadays I do it faster and faster. So what I used to do is I would have like, okay, let's say I have 32 bars. This is an idea that I'm going to work with, and then I would master what I already had, and then I'm basically just adding ideas into a mastered idea. I'm going to quickly fix something here. I want a hard limiter on my voice at, let's say, -60, and then turn my voice down a little bit. No way out of finding it. All of a sudden, this stream pops up. Nice. Yeah, that's YouTube recommended for you there. So going back, the way I work is I make an idea. I master that idea. Now in the idea there's not enough like leads and stuff, but usually when I have like the kick, the bass, the first bit of drums, some transitions, and 4 or 5 synth ideas, I'll master it with a temporary master. So it's a quick thing. I whip it up in 2 minutes, and then I work with that. That way I have a sense of what the track sounds like loud and compressed, as opposed to just the mix. And then right now it's turned off, right? Because we're going to work in the mix form for now. So that's something I normally don't do. But because we changed the kick and the bass, and nothing works in this mastered track if it's mastered. But then I work into a track that's already being compressed, so I can hear how elements sit in a mix once it's mastered. And then once the whole track is finished, I turn off the master chain, I bounce it out, the mix down, because then I just have like a mix down, right, to do. I turn off the master track, I do my mix down, and then I render it out so that I have a project or like a WAV file to master. So that's how I work. The whole idea generating thing is already like doing loud, like mastered stuff. We can remove this. Let's add some pads first of all. We have these pads here, which I wanted to do something with. This was distorting, I think. That was the problem. I don't know if I did that. If that's like in the sample. That's in this sample, I think. Yeah. Do I want to keep the high sizzling energy for the... Or is that... See you later. Thank you. Thank you. I hope to see you again as well. Is it here? Is it because this is clipping? I think so. Why is that so loud then? That would mean that one of these is clipping. The reverb and delay. Yeah. I think I know what's happening here. These aren't loud enough. Like going into... Yeah, these are not loud enough. And then we have this one, which is very loud. So I think our goal for this group, if we want these group effects to happen of all of this, first of all, I'm going to remove the EQ and reverb so we're not clipping into them. And we can gain stage all of these together to the same volume. Okay, let's do it the easy way. Here we have all three playing together. I'm going to loop this. I'm just going to get some values here. I'm looking at these values, see what they peak at. So this peaks at 0, which is nice. And we basically want them all three at the same loudness. Because then they should all go into the reverb and delay at the same loudness. I want to get me a cup of tea while we're waiting for this. Is it not doing it? Ah, it's because it's soloed, obviously. I'm an idiot, sorry. Oh. So we are looking for having all three at 0 dB. Give me a second here. I'm getting myself a nice cup of Saturday afternoon tea. And then in about half an hour, I think I'll take a little break, and then we spend the second half really adding ideas to this. Yeah, you can see we have some problems here. Right? This one is 17 decibels lower in volume than this one. 17.5 actually, 17.7 if you want to be precise. So this is, we can set this to, because this is all audio, it's completely deterministic. So we know it's every time, right? So we can just add this to 15, and now it should actually play at -8. This we can, it's all also audio. I think no other effects are on here as well. So we set -2.7 and it should be at 0, right? Like if these are the peaks, 2.7 and -15, we can just add those volumes together and we should get 0, 0, 0 for all of them. Let's test our hypothesis here. We know the first one is already precisely at 0. Then we have the second one, which now should also hit -8. Let's set this to 0 too, why not? Have everything equally loud and then we'll like mix it. No, that won't work. We need to remove, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we, yeah, now it should hit 0. Close enough. Okay, so now on our reverb and on our pads track, we can add Echo Boy. A little bit of better delay and reverb than just the stock ones, because these are like big elements. Dotted 8 notes probably. And then 8 reverb long. And I'm going to scoop out some of the high end here. Now this is fully wet, we want like a little bit.
Lost in thought. That's the human condition.
Okay. A bit of side chaining on this. And then we have another element that I'm happy with. I'm gonna make a quick to-do list after this, so you guys know what I want to. It's very subtle, just to get out of the way of the kick. Okay. To-do list. Let's go into notes and just write some stuff down. So we want to first intro. I think I want to go for fully pad-based intro here. So this is going to be like more pads like this mainly, and then maybe one or two effects. You have these vocals here, and then we have vocal pads down here as well. We'll work with that, but the rest of the intro is all going to be like little smaller pad sounds like these things, shifting through each other and waving through each other. Then we have some leads here, and here we just need to add more leads. Like up until this point, this is the second point that we're going to do. So this list is going to the drop, build up to second drop in tensor. Because we removed a lot of stuff here, this should sound very empty.
This is our show where we explore every aspect of what it means to be human.
It sounds cool, but it needs some more power, some more aggression from this point forward. And then here, it's just completely empty. And then we'll start with the vocal. So I'm going to take a quick break, and what I used to do, and I'm going to do this again, is I used to put up a different production so you guys can hear a different track that I'm working on. Now this track that I'm going to add is very special to me because it is a production that is how would I say it's I'll play it up until here because actually it's not finished. It's a production that I have kind of dreamed about doing, which is like a set opener. So you can see this intro, it's 3.5 minutes long. This is the drop, right? So this is all intro. So this would be something that you would play at the start of a live set, like if you have a big important live set at like a festival or something, to open up the live set. So that's the goal of this track, this production. So I'm going to play it, I think, up until here, because this still has some... Yeah, I'll just loop it here. And while I'm taking a break, it'll play at least once, probably. And then I'll have it play a second time. Because I'm home alone, so I need to take care of the dog as well. So that's why I'm going to be gone for a little bit longer than I might want to. So I'm going to sit with the dog a little bit to make sure that he's okay. Maybe have to walk him, although I walked him just before I started streaming, so I don't think he wants to go out yet. But yeah, I'll take a little break, and then once we get back, we'll do those 3 things on this track. We'll add all of the nice ideas, and we'll do like another 2.5 hours of streaming, and then I'll call it a day. So I'm taking a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Or maybe watch one of my videos in the meanwhile if you don't want to listen to the music. But otherwise, here is the song that I've been working on. Very special song for me. Hopefully you find it inspiring and let me know what you think of it. Just leave it in the chat. I'll be right back. I'll put on the thing. And I'll put off the thing. Here I am then. I have to catch up with chat, sorry. Samples in this track is, I sampled it from a Bulgarian folk song, I think. I just found it on YouTube. Bulgarian Kroyer also used in one of his tracks before. Yeah, Sahara is his track. I didn't get the idea from there. I listened to Sahara after like a long time, right after I produced this part, and I was like, hey, it's the same sample. The choirs need more air. It's not super wet. Yeah, that could. Which the main ones? The three big stabs here. Alone reef. Kick and bass is nice. Okay. You can send the tracks in music you made if it's a release track, or feedback if it's an unreleased track and if you want feedback on the track. The choir is at the start, the intro. But I'm on headphones. Yeah, that might be. It is reverbed, but right now it's like an audio sample within the project. It's a huge project. This thing. There's like 300 tracks in total, I think, something around that. I bounced a whole bunch of them and like turned groups into like single tracks. So that's, I cannot check if there's like actual big reverb on it, but I think there is. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else right here. Maybe you're lowering the reverb. More high frequencies. I could see that. Yeah, the only like real high frequency is now the vocal here. It's like really sizzly and stuff, and it's not, it's a last minute edit. Like I added it at the last minute, and it's just, I need to work it in the track. So other than that, yeah, maybe in like this area, the drop, and maybe here as well, a bit more high acidity stuff could do. But that's a different project. This is the project that we're actually working on, and here we just need to add a whole bunch of stuff. So the problem with the other project is that my CPU cannot handle it on its own. Like it's right now this is at 50, then the CPU is at like 80-90% all the time throughout the project, because it's such a big project. And I'm scared that on stream, while I'm also streaming and my CPU is doing other things, that it gets even worse. So I think it won't be a good experience so far. And also I'm trying to force myself to write this track today, because this is a project that I haven't spent a lot of love on, and streaming it, kind of forcing myself to work on it, I think will help here. So that's what we're doing now. I want to do something mainly with this pad here. Everything's still working, right? Yeah. So this thing is rather boring now. What I want to do is I want to get this, maybe a stable sub out of it. What do we have here? Does this have sub bass in it? Yeah, probably. Don't want the sub bass here. And then we get it out of this thing here. Let's try to do that. Otherwise we'll just add a separate sub. But I think I can add ambassador to this. So this is a bass regeneration plugin, I think. But I think it will not make like a stable. Okay, no, it's definitely... Okay, so it's not stable, right? Do you know what I mean? Like it's wobbling in volume. So I guess we'll just add a normal extra sub to this. Let's see. This so old project, I've forgotten the key of this thing. So what I'm thinking is a long release, and then we'll play the note up until this part, and this also doesn't have any sub here. So this can then like fade out into here. That's the plan. Yeah, the ambassador is really cool. I don't use it a lot because it shifts the phase of your bass line. So it's not something that I put on like my main bass. Although I can experiment with this now some more now that I know a little bit more about phase. I'll explain that in the next video. Okay, so right now we have one, two, three, four. I'm trying to find a good... Yeah, I think we should leave it here. First of all, let's normalize Serum. So that's done by setting it to 0 dB and then moving this up until it actually hits 0. I think 100%. Okay, so now we can set this to a reasonable volume. Maybe like... Maybe we'll use this one, actually. We'll make it a bit more interesting. Maybe add some layer to it. First going to do the volume, and I'm thinking something like this. Have it pretty low in the beginning. Direct out this, and then this goes into a saturator like that, like into the tube.
Where we explore every aspect of what it means to
And then we have it go up like this. Maybe not so much. And then more here.
the human condition. Where we explore every aspect of what it means to be human.
And then it nicely fades out. Right? Maybe even have it go down here a bit.
What it means to be human.
And then finally, we'll add a little bit of stereo to that mid-range stuff that comes from that saw wave.
Where we explore every aspect of what it means to be human.
We'll excite
Explore every
this.
aspect of what it means to be human. Where we explore every aspect of what it means to be human.
How's this in terms of stereo? Could get a bit more on the this side here. 14 people here, nice. Welcome everybody. Nice. And now we can add this. What do we have in terms of volume for this? Oh no, they don't have volume there. So remove this. Because now we have a separate sub. And we can even filter out the low end now. This lowest harmonic here. And then we
Welcome to the human condition.
ramp this up a bit. Okay, let's do some more with this because it's a bit boring. To do this mid overdrive. And I want some sizzling from this. So I guess we'll add a hot fuzz as well, which should give us some more treble here, I think. Yeah, this is kind of what I want, that gritty high end. So this is perfect. I need some drink here. Give me a second. What we'll do is we'll separate those into like chains. So we'll do one dry chain, one overdrive chain, and then one fuzz chain. So we'll have to set them to 100% wet. And then we can like mix the different volumes, and then we'll have some cool mid-range and some cool high-end from that. And then we'll do EQs like this to separate them out. So this will be the like high-end fuzzing area here. You should produce. If you want to produce, then you should. I'm enjoying the video too much. Okay, yeah. That's also a good reason to stay, I guess. Here, so using erosion and setting it to sine, you get this semi-bit crushed idea, or we could add some of this like fizzling thing. So we'll light this up a bit. And then this one is we have to set them to 100% wet. And then we'll add our dry chain. I have a cool idea now. What if we, for these two lower chains, first of all, using the pitch shifter from Little Altar Boy, we're going to add a layer of lower pitch to it. So like this. Adds a bit more grit, right? Adds that low rumble in. We'll add that here as well. Going to turn this down a bit and this as well. So get a little bit more natural fizzle. We can heighten it up just to here. Please use the Altar Boy. Yeah, I've added the Altar Boy to this and this. Right, so it's -12. It's just pitching it down. We can maybe up the mix even a bit here on this one. Let's try a different pitch shifter here. The Altar Boy fully wet on this one sounds like this. It's not really great. So I have different pitch shifters. I have M Harmonizer we can try. This one is a bit wonky. Pitch shift down. Oh, -12. We can even then it's a bit too low, I feel. Third option is Kilohertz. Pitch shifter by them. We have 3 options. I'll let you hear all 3 of them and then we'll decide which one is the best here. Or this. Little Altar Boy is definitely the worst because it has these weird artifacts. I am almost saying this. And then there's this cool high-end fuzzling feel that I... You see how there's this left-right thing happening? I don't want to add like smear mode on Fab Filter Saturn on pads. I don't have Saturn, unfortunately. So I cannot try that. If you can describe what it does, then maybe I have a different effect. I have M Transformer smear option. which is this. Which is weird. Yeah, this brings out that high-end swooping left to right thing. And in total we have this. Here, let's get rid of some of the extreme high-end. You can maybe... So like this could be okay. And we'll make it... Okay, here we're going to do a trick. So let's put the EQ before this. We're going to first make this mono. This layer. So now we have like one stable thing. And then we want to spread it again. So we're now regenerating the stereo effect. And it's going to sound a bit worse. We'll go to Hungary again. No, I'm going to create Milan to study music engineering there. So that's not in Hungary, but it's still a different place than like where I'm now, like at my parents' house. So that's cool. Wait, no, I want to use a different plugin for this. I have a cool plugin by Clevegrand, these people, which is a plugin called Pana, which is a strange kind of panner, which does like not just panning, but also adds the Haas effect. So it's, you can see, right, it's still playing at the same loudness in both channels, yet it sounds like it's coming from the left. That's like a weird Haas effect. So it's not actually panning the signal. It's doing something like shifting one of them forward, so it sounds like it's coming from that direction. Live scope. Why is my LFO not working? What is that? Pan, that's you, yeah. Let's put you like far like that, and then... Okay, we're going to go from that, 14, and then we'll move 14 twice here. So now it's bouncing in between them, and we're going to set this to a rate of 4. I'm already pro about audio, but not pro enough. I don't have the papers to show that. And also I've never worked with material from somebody else. Somebody that's not like me producing something. So this is like a whole new thing for me. I'm going to add a little bit of normal panning to this as well. Same deal, we're just going to use this, and we're going to set this to from like 40 to 60. So this does a bit of actual panning to it too. So we have right, maybe we do want a bit more, 30 to 70. So now it's like twisting around our head kind of feel. This is sounding pretty cool. I want it to be a bit more smeary kind of thing. So I'm going to add a shimmer. This to 0. I'm gonna go with a big spaces. Dark backing white. I'm almost tempted to... Here. Let's try this. I'm going to duplicate this. And this is going to be, I think, a very cool trick. It is a big thing that we have now in terms of the audio. But I'm going to double this and I'm going to pitch it up 1 octave. And then we're going to layer that on top. And it's going to be like this big stack of pad sounds. Maybe we'll do like even a chord, like a 7th, like a power chord, like with 1 octave up and then the 7th up as well. I'm just going to do that with like this. And then we'll set this to texture. A 7th, yeah. I think this track is an A sharp. Let me quickly check, right? Yeah, A sharp. I'm going to do a calculation of the grain size in milliseconds that I want. So I want, I think, A1. Oh, I think it's 1000 divided by this. So that's the grain size of 17.1. That times 2. 34.3. What if we do times 4? 68.6. So if I set this, where is this, to 68.67, I think it was. Let me check that. 64. 8.64. Right? This is now in time with our key. Right? It doesn't actually seem to change that much. If we do the 7th. Maybe 50 even. No. I'm tempted to do also this one, another one, and then we'll do times 2 again. So we'll go for 137.29. Set it to texture. 29. And then we'll do this one up 1 octave. Oh, complex maybe. It doesn't sound like it changes much. On this one I am going to add more high end and less of the wave, and I think I'm going to also remove the wave completely on this. So now we should have a cool chord style thing. This one is the loudest. This is kind of cool. What I think I'm going to do though is I'm going to take that high end and also do like a slight modulation on it. So I'm actually going to do it like this. Wait, I'm going to take that modulation thing that we set up with Bana and balance, and we'll throw it in here. How are you doing, Nicola? Thanks for joining us. And we'll duplicate this, and then on the high end I want that panning, so I'm going to do a frequency split here. Let's do it the proper way though, with user library presets. I should have no comp. Yeah, there we go. So I'll turn the lower band off here. Is this from the guy from Crank? No, I'm not from Crank. If you make it change like MPA, you mean like detuning? Something like this and maybe like this? Because I already have like the octave and Nicola came here to troll, obviously, yeah. Well, I don't care. It's okay. Sometimes a little bit of trolling is also nice, right? I can detune it a little bit, but we already have it like an octave off, so it's not going to do much. Back to here though. I'm going to set this to 10k, and then we'll duplicate this over to here. And now everything above 2k, which is that little bump that we have from the one of those layers, the distortion layer. Maybe 6,000. Set the panning a bit more. We have to make it a bit more mono, I think, as well. What is it doing? Oh no. Oh, I have to fix that. I'll leave this open. Yeah, I know it's Boom Boom Bessa, yeah. Oh yeah, of course it's different. I'm no longer on Twitch, so all the usernames have changed. Why am I not? I need to make it mono. Yeah, that's sounding keep it. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. It's a bit of a weird thing that we're doing here. Yeah, now we have the thing going sideways, right? So that's kind of what we want. And then the last thing is to add just a slight bit of movement, which I'll do with LFO tool. Just like a little transgatey effect kind of thing. I guess like so. Very like subtle. Ah, that's too much. And then we'll have that like open up over time, like maybe up until here, and again up until the end. That's sounding pretty nice. That's sounding amazing. And then we have this high stuff. Really all I want to do is just kind of lower its intensity a bit, but give it some more real highs. So it's spending a bit more out of the way of that other pad there.
Every aspect of what it means to be human.
And finally, I think I'll drop the same volume onto here. Constant slight detuning. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing now. I have set like one to -24 and the other to like 17. What we have here? Okay, what I'm going to do for this intro at least is just to remove. There also, yeah, no, we can just remove this altogether here. We have them later on in the break, so we'll use them there. Okay, this impact has to go. Hello Lucas, how are you doing? We're just here making some cool different sidetrends. I'm going to make more paths in this kind of category.
Welcome to the human condition. This is our show where we explore every aspect of what it means to be human.
Yeah, you can hear we're getting problems with the project. It's getting a little bit intense. Maybe you can see where the problem lies. We have this drum group which is taking a lot, which is the kick, I think. Yeah, it's the pads group that is probably the echo boy and the reverb here. But that's okay, we can work with that, I think. Obviously a lot more is going to get added to this drop now. We're just focusing on the intro for now. My idea is to add some more of these kind of shorter pad things. And those will be freezing group option. Yeah, I would love that. That would be amazing if you could just go here and then there would be like a freeze track where it just instantly bounces everything like down to one group and then like sets volume and everything. That would be, I don't know if that would be easy to implement, because I don't think it's just like when you freeze. Well, no, it is, because it shows the analyzers. If you freeze something, then it's just playing it forward as fast as possible and recording it as if it was like a normal recording. It's like if you just normally record, right, then it goes normal time. But if it's freezing, it's just speeding up that process. So it's just going faster and recording the output of the plugins. That's all freezing is. So you could just implement that on a group function where it would take all of the outputs of the group, all of the tracks of the group, play them, and then calculate, does the same recording process and then dumps that on the track. So I think that as an option, I think would be really cool, like in Ableton. And I don't think it would be hard to implement for them. So the idea is Omnisphere. A cool technique I found for making pads, like these short little pads in Omnisphere, is to just open it up, go to the preset. I have my mouse where I can unlock the mouse wheel, so it spins really long. And I just go, boom, one spin, and my mouse wheel keeps on spinning for a while, and then maybe another spin, and then we just land on a preset. And we'll take that preset. So we landed on Cave Tube 4. We make our note, and I just kind of randomly pick an octave to put it in, but I'll just usually just put like one note on there. And now we might have a cool sound, or we might have something that's worthless. This is more of an effect sound. I'm not really looking for that right now. It could be cool. So let's make here We call this folder ideas to consider. If we find something that is cool but not exactly what we're looking for now, we'll add it to this list as a track, and we can keep kind of finding different ones. So I'll try like ceremony here next. Let me put this somewhere where it's not completely distracting. We'll put this here, and then we'll have Omnisphere. I kind of want Omnisphere, and wait, how can I put like so? This is what I want. Yeah, so I can find something. You guys can see the presets, I think, maybe now, and I can control it here. If we find an idea that I like but don't want to use, I can just drag it in there. It's all gonna work. So this is something that I want to use for this. So what I do then is I just make an audio track and I record it. I set this audio track to 62. Where are you? 62. Can I put the project 1 or 2 dB louder? Yes. 2 dB. It's probably just this particular sound that isn't that loud, because this doesn't hit 0. Like the full project does, I think. Oh no, because it's not mastered. But now we can just record it. And now we can just do like 6 of these ideas, record them. Like we've done here. Right? And now we can duplicate this and move on to the next. And we get ideas like this. So this is a really cool way to quickly find okay, this is not something I want. Let's try different. And this is the cool thing about preset browsers. Although this is a cool sound, by the way. Yeah, I might keep this, because this is something I could add in the drop. Cherry blossoms. That could be cool if it didn't have that block at the start, so maybe we can like fade it in. That like pitch down thing. If it didn't have that, it would be great. Okay, so for this we'll do like fading in. Perfect. Now again you duplicate. I want to go past all the choir stuff because that's not what I want. Let's see if there's something that sounds cool. Clear as day. I could use sound match, by the way, the thing here where it finds similar presets. Will this video be uploaded to the YouTube after? What I'm thinking of doing is editing down all of the interesting things into a video that you can see, and then have the whole thing as a video that's unlisted that I can link to. So for this stream I will make like a little compilation of all the interesting tricks that I explain. But then the full video will also be available through there with the link. That's the idea. I did stop streaming on Twitch during my break, and I've considered going back on Twitch and using Twitch as my streaming platform, but I want to try YouTube, give it a try, see if that's if that's a better option, or which it does look like, because I'm reaching more people now. But if this is actually a valid option here, you don't mind sitting back, yeah. So that's the plan. You can also watch the full stream again. So that's the plan, but it's going to go through like a highlights video, because I don't think I want to put it on my channel as just like a stream, because it's not. It's a little bit messy. It looks a little bit messy, and I want to keep my channel a little bit clean. I can multi-stream, yeah. The only problem is that you then cannot have affiliate. So I wouldn't be making money from the Twitch side of things. I think I want this. We can reverse this. That would be cool. YouTube is fine audio video quality wise. Yeah, I think also the YouTube playback system for streams is a lot nicer, because you can, like, if you want, you could be watching 20 minutes in the past, right? Like, it allows you to go back in like time when watching a video, which is a really cool feature. If you miss something, then you can just go back. Your affiliate and you multi-stream. Yeah, I could do it. I don't want to. It sounds weird, but I'm always thinking ahead in the future of what if I do make it, and then I don't want to, like, because I know Twitch and pity bans. It's right, they're very much known for either banning small streamers for that, or you know, randomly, if you're like getting a little bit bigger and they find you, they start moderating it. And also I didn't make much money of it anyway, so it's most of my community is here now, and it's just better for me to focus on YouTube as well. Also the whole chat system between multiple different things, I do understand. Yeah, if you get paid out by Twitch, that's amazing, obviously. I don't think I've ever, because they won't pay you until you've made a decent amount, otherwise it doesn't make sense to like do every payment every time, I think, right? Yeah, you streamed 4 years and made $100. Yeah, do they start paying out at the $100, or they because it's not minimum pay is $100. Yeah, I knew that. I don't think I've ever gotten paid by Twitch yet. I don't think in the whole streaming thing that I did that I got up to the point of okay, this is not what I want. Clap then rain. Yeah, he did stream a lot. I do remember in Budapest like every other day. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. I also want that an octave higher. And then we'll do a little trick here, because you see how it's like more on one side than the other. We'll use the rack that I made, swap left right on this particular playthrough, And then it should be bigger in the other side. So the panning effect that's on this particular patch should be in the other side now. Hopefully. If not, we'll fix that. You see? It's now more on the other side. Although this one also gets pretty loud here now. That probably has to do with the pledge playthrough. This one should be consistently more on the left. Yeah. I'm going to sound match this one. So it's going to find more similar presets. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know if you're here in stream or just subscribed from one of my videos. But I should have it here. Ghost Fister HDX and EFOC Official also subscribed 3 hours ago. Nice. That's what we're here for. Let's not do this. See if this matches. Ooh. This one is also really cool. I might also get 2 octaves of this. Let's duplicate this instead. Once you find the right sound, so it was Comet Star, and then you sound match. Nicola, I know that you have Omnisphere, so you can do this. Comet Star, and then you sound match, and then you take the first one is the one that we're playing now, which has a really nice sound as well. And I'm going to duplicate this, and we'll do another left-right swap, because this also has panning things. And then we'll do it an octave higher. I hope, again, the panning is the same for the patch at a higher octave. I don't think it is, because the other one also wasn't. But we'll see. Now we record this again. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's nice. It's perfect. We can have these two play together. And they form... They form a really cool chord. That's amazing. Little thing here. I want to here. I want to immediately do this, basically. Add 5 dB to this, and then remove 5 dB from the lower octave one. So it becomes brighter towards the end. So like this, and then we immediately freeze and flatten this. So I immediately commit to this. And flatten. Right, we should see, yeah, this goes higher in volume, so it should now get brighter towards the end, because we final trick here. We'll do this and a little fade here, and again going back to our swap left right, we'll put that on this one again. This is going to be a nice thing here. I enjoyed your channel a lot, thank you. We explain things in depth and examples. You're spot on. We can work on a track together and infuse both of our styles. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. I am not really looking for collaborations at the moment, but I'm always open to finding new talent and hearing what other people can make and produce. So yeah, maybe one day. Let's add a bit of mid-range to this. How stereo is this now? What if you make this one more stereo? Oh, that's nice. Perfect. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But these two are also kind of together. So realistically, we have 5 now. I think I do want... have to produce a bit. Feeling really inspired by the stream right now. Cheerios. Thank you. Thank you very much. Maybe come by later. I'll probably be live for like another hour. Maybe hour and a half. Maybe come by later and let us know how it went. Duplicate this. We can just continue on using these. Oh, this is all within this thing. Right, so this adds reverb and delay to it for us, which is perfect. Let's go back to this. And this. Like that. We have Omniscience. Maybe we'll go one that's not 100% the same. Okay, that's not really what I'm looking for, the dissonance in there. This one distorts really nice. I do like me some distortion. Perfect. And I would just go on to the next. Okay. Existence. That sounds cool. This is very warm. I like that. I have an idea with this. Should have left that recording a little bit longer, I think. The project is definitely starting to get laggy now that we're doing all of this. But that's okay. Let's move you down one and then also record a lower version of that. What I'll probably do is modify some of these endings here. So this one is gonna go like this probably, so it fades out nicely, and then this one is going half that length. So the lower one finishes earlier. We're also going to add a slight bit of fade in on this, so it begins a little bit earlier. And then we'll do one final one, which we can record from here. So this just gives us the effect that it comes in later. You have to go. Thank you, Shockwave. Have fun. Whatever you're doing, or at least I hope it's a fun activity. Now, do we now also want to add some sevenths and some thirds and some fifths to make this a big fat minor chord? I think we want that, right? So we'll do that. I'm gonna go one lower and then 1, 2, 3 first of all, and then we'll take a seventh lower and the fifth above here, and then we can mess around with all of the timings in here and create like a cool maybe morphing pad out of this. I'm going to record a whole bunch of these, so I'm quickly going to pop out of this because we don't really need it now. But the idea that I'm having with this in particular, is this, by the way, the different one? Yeah, so we don't need this. I'm going to group this up. This is going to be a very fun idea, I think. What I'm hoping, one thing we should check if this thing is like always the same or if it's very much random. Okay, so this cuts off, but it looks like it's slightly random. What we could do is record 2 of each. Hey. Where is our... Oh, it's this one. Yeah, of course. This needs to be in here. That's why I didn't record. Sorry. I'm messing up. I don't think I want to do it, but what could be awesome is to record 2 of each passing. And then pan them. How much time? I think we could do that. I'll be quick. Goed net Idam. Thank you. Dankjewel, Jim. Okay, perfect. Now, duplicate this and we'll do the higher octave one here. So we go 1, 2, 3, up. Record from here. I'm just redoing all of the recordings that we've done before. So we're creating this big, massive stack of all of these sounds. That's the idea. What I'll probably end up doing, because I can see this is basically the same sound again. I think this one, yeah, you can see it's a slight difference here at the top. So there's some difference in it. It's minimal, because I think it's sample based mainly. So I'm going to just add some differences to it. On the left and the right. I am going to re-record everything though. So this is 2 octaves down now. 1, 2. So we have some differences between the left and the right, is the idea. Okay, that's all we need. I can set up the fade here. Down there, and then finally we have to do this one, which is 1 chord up. Or 1 octave up. And then we go here, here. And then we do 1 7th still, and a 5th. Okay, now we have our time here. I might even want to play with some of these fades here. Maybe make one of them a little less strong as the other. Okay, so we're going to group these individuals. This is probably one of the last pads I'll make for here, because this is a very big pad that I'm working on now. Also, the other ones have been big. I need to add stuff there as well, but the one that I'm doing here, this is going to be massive, right? The idea that I have for this. So it's this group of like the 7 different pads that are all going to be either left or right. Where am I? This is a group that fits. Okay, yeah. And then we close this. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be at 2, which is perfect. We'll do 1 pass. You can cut this off here, that's okay. And we'll probably leave this like that. Maybe a bit on the start and duplicate it. Do another passage. And the goal is eventually to pen each of them left and right and left and right. And therefore we're going to add different effects to the left and the right. Maybe probably some EQ variances. Like EQ them each differently. Well, we can make this like this, that's okay. I shouldn't have stopped recording that far in, but that's okay. Okay, finally we're going to go 1, 2, up. And this is going to be the final group that we're going to have. I know it's a bit boring, this. I'm sorry for that. But I think our final idea, this whole pad here, this one is very sustained towards the end. That's cool. Our final pad is going to come out very, very nicely, I think. Here we want to go out like this. Duplicate it once more. Once you have the panning and all the effects and everything, it's going to be beautiful. Obviously now we're starting to distort because we have like a whole bunch of different similar sounds all adding up. So that's not good. All right, we can start doing our effects. I'm just going to throw on the same effects on the left and the right channel for each of these. Imagine if you had to do all of this with freezing, by the way. That would be crazy. So this is going to be like a little bit of like this smile action going on. And then we'll take it and we'll duplicate it on the other. And we'll put the minus to the plus to the minus, and the plus to the minus. Mixing wise, this doesn't make sense. Don't do this from like a mixing point of view. But this is a cool creative effect that I think would be really cool. We're going to add some. What shall we add? A little bit phaser flanger, maybe? Maybe a bit different distortion. No. Spectral Blur. Let's try this. This might get crazy. It might be a... That doesn't really sound good. Yeah, let's try phaser flanger. That's probably the best option. We'll do very low dry wet, and we'll keep the rate low, like 4, and then 26. We'll add some warmth to this. little bit of... I'm setting very mild settings. And we're just going to copy this over each of one. And this is just going to be like a slow flanger. The goal is, if we set this to -40 and this to 40, that there are subtle differences in these things. Okay, now I have a better idea. I want them to swap. So where do we have... Where do we have the one which we made where it was like twisting left and right? With the panning thing? We made that below here. This. I want this. Utility up until this. We can close off this, and then this is our thing. What we're doing now is we're going to set up this thing, and then we're going to set it up here, and we're going to give it an offset in terms of panning. So we can set these both to 0, we can leave these at 0, and this is going to set a 50% offset. No, that's not what I want. I want phase, sorry. We want a 180 phase. 50% phase change. So now it's switching from left to right. Do you see what I mean here? What we are doing? And we just copy this over to every one of them. This is going to be a very complex sound. What I'm going to do next is we're going to shift each of these audio tracks around, forward and backwards. So we have, or maybe just even leave them. And we might need to render out some stuff. So it doesn't really matter how I place these. I can place them all, for the first ones, all on the top one, and then for the other ones on the bottom one. I might just render this out. If this goes very CPU intensive, because I think it will, I'll just render it out and then work from the rendered out stuff. There's even one more in here. Yeah, the project is starting to lag, so I think with all these plugins open and stuff like that, we're just going to render it out all in one. So I know this is a big thing that we've going on this particular sound, but I think the idea that I have here of this big stacking thing will be really cool. It just takes extremely long to make. It's just an annoying thing to make because you have to do so many recordings of the same thing, right? Next one here, and then there's another one above that. There's this one. Oh, and that one as well. Yeah, sure. Do I have any Native Instruments flair? No, I don't. The only thing that I have from Native Instruments is all the free stuff they gave away for the, I think it was the New Year's sale. That they had, but I'm not sure. They had a sale. I don't know exactly what it was anymore. Okay, that's solo. Let's remove him. And then it is really getting out of hand. This project is not going to play, is it? Yeah, it's not liking that. Let's record this version and then we'll do like we move those around a little bit and then record that as well. So we'll just record this as a thing. Add some resonator stuff, you can make drones like, you don't know, very fast. Oh, that's something I should get into. Yeah, you can see it's way too loud here now. I don't think there's any plugin in here that will clip it. So we should be able to just consolidate this in. Yes, this is a very big pad sound. But I think the sound we're getting out of it will be very, very cool. It's a little bit of an annoying thing to set up, I know. But yeah, it takes a while, especially now with the recording and the consolidating. It's going to just take a long while. But I can just remove all of this stuff in the middle at the end. I want to get to the point where I can like arrange everything. So, okay, that's not too bad. It looks like normal. So let's duplicate this now, and now we can arrange this. And then after this, we'll be done with making pads. I don't want any more of them. So we have this, which is our 5th. This is our lower 7th, so we'll put that before. And I think this is our lowest. I think I want to go like this. And then have our first original open up there. I think like this. Let's have a listen. This is not going to play, is it? That sounds amazing. It kind of morphs between the chords. That's really cool. I like that. We'll see if we can implement that somewhere. I don't know if it's going to sit well in this intro idea that we have, because of that one distorted pad sound. But it should still sound very, very cool. Okay, so now I'm going to remove you, because you're making everything laggy. Let's go to current project. We have our old ideas to consider, and I will make a new folder with rendered. Rendered is the folder where I put all of the groups that I have already recorded or frozen or whatever, and then I just delete stuff because I'm lacking CPU. This is the second project where I have to do this. So that's a bit annoying. I'm thinking I'm going to say that I'll do another half hour or so. We can delete this because we have all the pads that we want. I'll do another maybe half hour, something like that. And then I have to go because then my dog is getting really alone and I'll have to walk him. Because again, I'm home alone, so that's also why I'm streaming. But yeah, in that half hour, we'll try to arrange this in a sensible arrangement. And then build the... oh no, we don't have to do that. This is all finished. So after that, we're basically done with the pads for the intro. If there's still time left, we'll add some leads to all of this then. Okay, so this is all done. Now, do I want to render this and this as well? Okay, I think we might want to not start with the most complex one. Here we're transitioning into that. Let's add it there. And then we'll have this like sit right before it. And then we might have even made too many pads. I don't know what I want to do with that first one. Let's listen to the first one again, because I think it was rather strange. This sounds like a very intro thing. And then maybe like layer it with this, but like shorter and faster up. Like this almost. A bit of a longer in. Let's listen to this, what we have here now. That's going to coincide with that. Oh, we also have those, right, yeah. I think we want some of this here. And this one right there in the middle. Let's do some panning here. This goes left, this goes right. I'm going to lower the volume of this a bit, maybe like 5. This is going right, and this is going a little bit left. I'm just kind of panning things around left, right for the fun of it. It's a bit extra left so that plug comes out a bit more. Okay. I think this might just work the way we've set it up now. And we can distribute some of those pads out throughout the rest of the drop as well later. Okay, so now we have the vocal things. Let's turn them off for now, because they're annoying. Why is this not doing anything? This should be Omnisphere.
Welcome to the human condition. This is our show where we explore every aspect of what it means to be human.
I want to filter this one a little bit. Not too much, I think. Just coming into it, I want it to be very slow and low-ish. Let's see what kind of volume we're getting out of this now. This is that thing going up. I want to remove some of the highest end from that. This is the thing, yeah. Going to take all of these and
Welcome to the human condition. This is our show where we explore
maybe
every aspect
2 more.
of what it means to be human.
So that this one comes out a bit more. and then 3 up to volume compensate. I'm going to put parts of the main leads into the intro. Probably what I'm going to do is, once I have some of the leads in here, the smaller sporadic ones, those are going to go into the intro. Not like the acid line or this ARP thing or something like that. Maybe the ARP. We could give the ARP a try. It's already here, the ARP, to be honest. But yeah, you see how we have this small drop element here? That would also in here. Some stuff like that would it be. From here I'll probably have voice pads, like choirs. You hear the ARP in, so that's something I'd like to keep. And then from here we're going to add more of those pads in here as well, throughout the first, up until here. And then here we're going to get like some other lead sounds. Some more like acid stuff, maybe like this. Maybe a better acid. I'm probably going to redo that acid line, but you get the idea, right? That's kind of the plan. But what I'm thinking of doing is tomorrow I have to edit a video, and the day after that I don't have time. So I don't know if this streaming thing, if this is going to be a regular thing. I do like it. I need to find the time for it. Because right now, as I said, now that I'm home alone, I'm not disturbing anyone. I can just sit here for 4 hours and nobody cares. But when I'm with my parents, especially because in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'm going to move out of the house, I'd like to spend some time with them as well. So if they're here, I'm probably not going to stream. That means that the next stream would be after I am in Milan. So I'll see if I can get a schedule where I can maybe stream in the weekend, an afternoon, like a Saturday afternoon, if I'm like not out with friends, or maybe a Sunday. I'll probably, if I go do like this streaming thing regularly, I'll probably do it like once a week, just very, very chill, so that I have time for the other YouTube stuff and time for a job and time for my studies, right? This is not going to be like a regular thing like I used to, where I do it 3 times a week. So I think we've removed in this session more than I've added, because removed a lot at the start. A lot of the leads are gone. A lot of the ideas for the intros are still missing. But it's been a success. I didn't think that I would like this track as much as I do now. I think what helped really is a better kick and bass. So yeah, I'm going to work on this track more. I'm feeling confident about this track again, which I wasn't when I opened it this afternoon. I was really forcing myself to work on this track, and it's working out. So some cool ideas in here, some cool new tricks that I've decided to do. This whole pad thing, making all of these pads, took longer than I wanted, but I think it turned out nice. We have an intro atmosphere that we can build on. So I think I'm going to end the stream here. What I want to say is that I have a new video in the works. So that's the only thing I can talk about right now in terms of like things that I can close out with, like updates and stuff. So yeah, there's video going to be out. I'm going to be talking about phase in regards to bass lines, and there's a little bit of a correction on the Psytrance Ultimate Bass Guide. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it, but I think most of you have, because it's like 2,500 views right now, something like that. Maybe even 2,600. So that's amazing. But there's going to be a little correction on that I want to talk about, and it also brings up a little bit of a philosophical point. If you haven't seen Eclip, did a video in which he talked about not only a tutorial thing, but also mentioning that people who don't know a lot about the subject shouldn't be teaching it. And I had a little bit of a response to it, because I think it's I wouldn't say it's a weird mindset, but it's a mindset that overlooks a few things, in my opinion. So there's a little bit of a response to that. No hate, no bad feelings. I think he's an amazing artist, but there's going to be some things in there that's maybe not as complimentary as you would have in like a normal conversation. Because I did think that his mindset in regard to that particular thing was a bit off. So yeah, that's the video that's going out. It's a bit of a different video, but still an interesting topic, and it actually has a full-on tutorial with a technique and a problem and solving the problem in it as well. So I still have to edit that. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. But yeah, this was the stream. I'm going to end it here because I can hear my dog wanting to go out of the house for a little bit. So I'll take him out. I'll take care of him as well. And yeah, I'll try to do, once I'm in when I'm studying, I'll try to find a way to do this maybe regularly. But until then, we have to. This was the first and only stream for now. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope there's going to be a next time. As I said, I'm not quite sure, but I will see you next time, either on the stream or on Discord or on the YouTube channel or whatever. So thank you, and bye bye.